numbers. And Harry set the marker really for innovation in tractor design. The 3-point linkage made a complete difference to the way implements were built and made. And you'll notice today, even on the large, newer tractors, that they still use the same system. The 3-point linkage that's on the back is still used to this very day, and it's exactly the same principle. Today, of course, we have tractors which are operated by or controlled by electronics. They're not mechanical. All these tractors in the arena are mechanical. They don't have electronics on them at all. Certainly the one I'm riding on never had electronics fitted to it. It's open to debate whether the electronics do us a lot of good, or rather they just give us another set of problems to deal with. But there's no doubt at all that the production, the way that a tractor is productive has been improved because of the amount of electronics that's on there. We can use Google Earth to look at the field size, and we can look at field mapping, and we can plough, and we can plant, and we can mow more efficiently than we could before. And so there are some good things that come from electronics. Some of the bad things that come from it, of course, is that they're relatively complicated to keep going and to repair. Agriculture is a fairly harsh environment. I doubt very much whether you will see a lot of the modern machines that are being delivered today in the arenas 10-15 years time, because electronics will have bypassed them, and there'll be nobody can repair them. We already have problems with tractors that are 5-10 years old with electronics that go wrong, and how you keep them going. But there you go, it's a problem we have to face, and there's a problem we have to deal with. Now let's look at what we got in the arena. We've got a fantastic selection for you to see. I'll go through most of the things. If there's anything I say that you're unclear, they started manufacturing tractors in about 1926 or 27 to walk behind the machine, to aid cultivation work in paddy fields and so on. And Mr. Kubota decided it would be nice if they could ride on it, so they designed miniature tractors, miniature four-wheel drive tractors, and this is one of those. It's wonderful to see it. If you take time out to go see it, you'll find that everything's in miniature. But because it's in miniature, it doesn't mean it's a lesser product. They are very, very careful, Kubota, in manufacturing that is extremely good quality. A lot of other manufacturers then took a tip from that, Iseki and one or two others, and have started making the same. But it's great to have a small Kubota here. The little Ferguson Grey, we were talking about the Ferguson Grey. This has got a Lamborn cab on it. This is a little diesel tractor. The diesel tractor was introduced in 1954. Again with a wonderful 3-point linkage system on the back for carry. You see this one's got a box on the back that's carried on the linkage. The 4-cylinder had a lot of power. We think a lot these days about the amount of power that people have. It's been absolutely wonderfully restored. Let's just ask a little bit. Can you tell us, when did you restore this?
I restored this in 2014. I purchased it as a scrap condition, and it was the only way forward really to make it look pretty.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's a credit to you. The places I take you before, you insist on taking their signature directly in. This is a Marky version before one, and they put a cushion in their hand on engine in there. Mainly for all use or just use for not use, that sort of thing. Quite remarkable, it's based on the Massey and it's still a fantastic tractor today. Their value has risen considerably over the last 10 or 12 years or so. And you see over the standing, can you tell us a little bit about this wonderful potato digging machine you've got on behind?
The potato digger I bought at an auction, I didn't know nothing about it at the time, but it's a Jack Olding from Cooper Angus single row potato digger. They're quite popular at the time, but mainly in Scotland.
It's interesting to see how when you're looking at digging up potatoes come up the elevator And of course, you not only dig up potatoes, you dig up earth as well. And when this goes by, you'll see that it's got some odd-shaped, I suppose you call them spindles for it to go over. And I used to take the... Here. So that is a very unique piece of equipment. It was video-driven, the ones prior to that were hand-driven. And that's a very unique piece of equipment. Don't find it handy. Thanks for it. This was one of their going up factors at the time. This was a real workhorse. I used to see these on a lot of quarries and so on and so forth. And it goes to Citizens Preservation, made a fantastic job of doing it. It's been used in the show for water tanks, dust suppression and so on and so forth. And it's great to have it here. We got two steamers in the arena, Malcolm. Well, say that again. I said, by George, mate, we got some steamers in the arena.
Well, they did move quietly, but I didn't realise they were that quiet. Either that, or we'd almost finished putting the worlds to right, and now we've been interrupted, so we'll have to start again later on. We will. That could take us all in. You never know.
It's just over 2.5 tons. You wouldn't want that on your foot, would you? Well, the working pressure of 200 psi, you know, we're amazed, aren't we, the amount of pressure that's in the boiler system to make the steam work. 200 psi Malcolm in there.
I think if it did roll over your foot to backtrack slightly, you might see something, oh gosh, that hurt. There's that dog again.
I know.
It was Taiwan where that was conceived, wasn't it? Was it Taiwan?
Yeah, it says on here, V. Tom the dog, conceived in a pressure mold in Taiwan.
Brilliant dog. Wish ours was like that. You don't have to feed it. You don't have to worry about it fouling anywhere. He just sits there and watches.
Yeah.
Are we daft or them?
No, this is the, I think this is the one, this steamroller that's coming in now is the one that came in from the Netherlands, you know. It's an Abeling and Porter C type steamroller. Was ordered on the 22nd of July 1925. To agents Becker and Co. of Amsterdam. So this was shipped over to Amsterdam. The roller was specified to be built with a boiler-mounted crank-driven water pump, injector, water lifter, 26 feet of hose. They were working in kilograms per cubic meter, and this, of course, over here we were working in PSI. So kilograms cubic meters commonly used in Europe rather than using PSI like we do over here, pounds per square inch. So, you know, you're looking at 150 to 225 PSI, whereas they were calculating it in kilos. Once imported to the Netherlands, the engine was sold to a large road-making contractor based in Wagenbouw, which is in the Utrecht, which is a district of Holland. So they would have had a lot of, not many hills obviously to deal with, but a lot of flat ground.
And if you look at the first row, you'll see that there is no lagging on the boiler.
Yeah.
Because once every 10 years or so, the lagging has to be removed so that the boiler can be inspected, and such as yet, it either has been lost or hasn't been put back on the boiler yet, which does cost a little bit in steaming, because all that area there is losing heat. Whereas if you look at the second roller that's coming along, I'll tell you about that one in a minute, you'll see it's got a green covering with brass bands around. Well, under that green covering is wood. And this wood layers around wood laid around the boiler to act as insulation, and that makes a difference when you're running as to how efficient the roller is on the amount of coal that it burns.
Yeah, it does. It keeps the heat inside the tubes, doesn't it? Yeah, that was a 1929. Was ordered by Barnes Brothers of Trowbridge. It was sold at auction in 1962 for £250, believe it or not. Bought by the present owners in July 2010. And have been stripped down ready for boiler replacement until we drag it through the service.
It's rather, you don't see very many of them with the spike attachment. It's like a big spike that either goes straight down or is angled so that as it digs into the road surface, it pulls itself in. Of course, breaks up the road surface, then it can all be remade up and relayed.
Yeah.
Another minute,
little gem.
Foster this time, William Foster of Lincolnshire. They again were prolific steam engine manufacturers. But in the days, lots of people used to manufacture engines, and everybody would claim that their engine was better than the one that you've seen down the road. And they built different kinds of engines, being agricultural, general purpose, road haulage, and so on. Some of them even had a suspension system, because I think Ferrell used to supply or manufacture an engine, and it used to have a plate on there mounted on springs.
Yes. This delightful little thing coming along now, we're going to embarrass you, David. David, can you hear us? Nice one. Fantastic to see David on the little 4-inch scale traction. That's a 4-inch burrow. David inherited that from his dad. And it was in the last one I saw, it was in the stable at home, and he's taken it upon himself with the owner and his wife. They rebuilt it, they've had it tested, the boiler tested, and it's done so they can bring it and show it at a show. It's a wonderful family thing to do. Fantastic. Great to see him here.
And of course the original company, Charles Bowl and Sons, they were from Thetford in Norfolk.
They were prolific builders of machines.
Again, our roller coming along, if you look on the front, the insignia for the Aibling and Porter company was the Prancing Horse of Kent, because Aibling and Porter equipment was manufactured at Rochester, down there in Kent. That's where they were based, and they were mainly a roller producer. They did build other engines as well, but most of the rollers that you'll see and were used were in fact Aibling and Porter. The one behind, that is a bigger roller this time, not certain what weight it is, possibly a 10 ton or 12 ton, something like that, but that's a Marshall roller, built by Marshalls of Gainsborough. They were engine, plough and tractor manufacturers for quite a number of years, and their insignia, which you can see on the front of the roller, is that of Britannia. In fact, they were built at Britannia Works.
They were built at Britannia Works, yes. In fact, the works still exist, and there are events there occasionally during the year.
And that one now I can see is fitted with a different scarifier, a different type. And if you look, you can see there's 3 holes, which is where the spikes. So that would have 3 spikes that dug into the road surface and literally ripped it up.
That takes a lot of power, doesn't it? Of course, the weight there to hold it wasn't a problem too.
But possibly, as you might see later on, even this slight upward slope is, in some cases, too much for these rollers. The rollers come forward to reverse, and the machine would correspond accordingly. That is, either move forward or move back.
Of course, that was the advantage when they introduced the diesel engine, wasn't it? It was instantaneous.
Yes, you had instant reverse.
Yeah. Well, that one is coming just into line now with a wonderful load of... Look at the passengers on there. They've had a great time, haven't they?
They didn't realise they'd be exhibited.
they're exhibits. Give us a wave.
Now, if you wonder why all the rollers have, all the engines have chosen to park in the way that they have, that is looking uphill, inside a roller or inside an engine's firebox, particularly at the back end, at the top, is a thing called a fusible plug. That is a metal plug made of lead, which is in the firebox, and that has to be kept covered in water. Now, if they faced downhill, the problem would be that the water would rush to or run to the front end of the boiler, possibly leaving the firebox plug uncovered. That would overheat, the lead would melt, and as a safety precaution then, the rest of the contents of the boiler, the steam and everything else, would be let out straight into the fire and put the fire out to save the engine from blowing up. And that's the reason they park facing uphill, so that the water remains lying at the back.